Welcome, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are joining us. Uh, we are organizing a virtual session today on my ANZD365 FinOps team platform. This is our first session for the year 2026, so we are very excited to have you all here. A quick introduction about the group. This group is primarily focused on connecting Dynamics 365 and Power Platform professionals in ANZ region. We have a LinkedIn page which has reached 2,300 plus followers. So feel free to join us and follow us there. We keep posting about new sessions on that page so that you will be across what we are doing. All the sessions we have conducted so far are also available on our YouTube channel. Thanks everyone who has supported us with over 2.31K subscribers and growing every day. We also have a dedicated WhatsApp group for people who are actually based in ANZ region. So if you are a Microsoft Dynamics or Power Platform professional in ANZ region and you want to join this group, then feel free to reach out to one of the volunteers on LinkedIn and we will help you. A quick glimpse at the volunteers who are running this group. So on the screen, you see 6 volunteers, myself, Dishan, Ammar, Faisal, Vishal, and Kamar. We all are based in ANZ region, and Vishal recently moved to UK, and Zishan is based in New Zealand. So we all have been actively driving this group for last 4 or 5 years now. Today we have Prashant from Microsoft Singapore, who is a principal consultant, and he will be talking all things about the new batch telemetry agent, which is available in Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations platform. So without further ado, I'll hand over the stage to Prashant. Prashant, the floor is all yours. Take it away,
Thanks,
mate.
Thanks, Rachit. Hey, team. So I'm based out of Singapore, and I work in Microsoft. And I've been in Microsoft for the past 10 plus years. And I started my AX journey like way back in 3.0. And yes, so that's a short description about my introduction. And the focus for this call today is about the batch telemetry agent, but we are also going to discuss how the batch telemetry looks like in application insights. And we are also going to discuss a few of the dashboards that Fast Track team has released. So we can download the dashboards and we can start using them. And on top of that, we have a batch telemetry agent, which we can use to analyze the data with the help of ChatGPT 5, Sonnet, and etc. Right? So having said that, let me share my screen and let me know, Rachit, if you're able to see it.
Sure. We can
Okay,
see your
you can
screen
see.
now. All good.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So let me start with like a few slides. Then I have a demo basically planned up. So I can see this, Rachit, this fireflies.ai note taker
Yeah,
uh,
I'm denying
is
that.
popping up. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm removing that. Although we are doing a session on AI, but we don't want AI. So I'll
Right.
I'll not
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
allow it.
So are you able to see my PPT in the presentation mode?
Yes, we can see.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, team. So batch telemetry was a very asked feature by a lot of partners and customers. So to use this feature, basically we need to enable application insights under the monitoring and telemetry feature form inside your application. So batch telemetry feature was available in 10.0.45 and backported to 10.0.44. So what we need to do is basically we need to go to the monitoring form and we need to enable this feature. So let me go to my presentation. I'm sorry, laser pointer. So down below you can see here. So this is the form where we need to go if you and on platform update 45 and above, and then you can enable the batch telemetry. So by default, these like 6 options will be visible to you in your sandbox environment, right? But for the prod environment, you may need to raise a support ticket and enable 3 flights. And the information about the 3 flights is mentioned in the blog. I will share this PPT after the meeting, and you can see the link for the Dynamics blog post where you can see the name of the flights. So by default, it is there in, it's enabled in the sandbox, but for prod, we need to raise a support ticket, right? So the reason of, you know, batch telemetry was because a lot of us, we wanted to monitor the execution history of batch jobs. Also, right now, even in LCS, if you go, you will not find information about the threads availability. You will not find any information about the throttling which is going on in batch jobs, right? So now we are releasing these kind of signals to application insights from your application. So you can monitor thread capacity, you can monitor throttling in the application, how many threads are available. If there is an error, there is an option you can, I mean, create an alert for those error, and those alerts will be sent over email or on like Teams notification as well, right? So on the right hand side, you can see there is a dashboard which you can download and install it. There is no license for this particular dashboard. This dashboard is just a UI which will show you the unstructured data in application insight into tiles, right? So literally, it takes 5 minutes to install this dashboard. We just have to import this dashboard in Azure Data Explorer, and there is no license for this one, right? So there is a link to the dashboard, which is also there in this slide, and I will share this slide with you. Anyway, so yeah, uh, so what is batch telemetry agent, right? So we can use the dashboard to see historical data and to do the analysis ourselves. But what the agent will do is, if you are used to, as a business admin or like an IT admin, if you're used to application insights for forms, exception sort of data, uh, like you will be good at navigating through the dashboard. But if the business users, because they don't understand like what is throttling, what is number of threads, like what is batch AOS and all those things, right? So your business users uh, can chat with the agent, and like in natural language, and they can get response from the agent as well. So for example, as a business user, if I would like to know that I started a batch job at this time and it's been 6 hours, the batch job is not finished yet, it is still executing, and if I log into the my application, I'll see a lot of batch jobs are also in the executing or waiting status, right? So as a business user, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So my first step would be to reach to an IT admin guy, and then either we go to LCS to do the analysis, or we basically raise a support ticket and to get the answer, right? But now this agent can solve that problem for you. By solving, I mean, it will give you the insight that what is happening inside the batch framework, where is your batch job, what is the state of your batch job, and is the batch job throttled, how much is the CPU or RAM information of the batch AOS, how much is the SQL DTU, is there enough, like number of threads available in the batch framework in your environment. So all this relevant information user can get, and they can also, you know like estimate the batch job timings for a particular batch job, right? So we this agent is built on Copilot Studio, and the agent can be deployed on Teams and also in M365. So as an IT admin, you can, if you have few licenses on Copilot Studio, so you can start using from the from MCS, and rest of the users who don't have access to Copilot Studio, they can chat with the agent on Teams and M365, right? Okay, so having said that, so I'll show only these two slides and I'll jump to the agent or the settings which you need to do. And then I'll take a pause and maybe look for some question answers. Then we can again go ahead with the demo. So this is the particular form where we go and we need to enable these uh, batch telemetry signals. So there are 6 of them over here. So if you have been using application insights, then form runs, user sessions, X++ failures was already there. DMF error is also here, and there are also warehouse events. But if you're not using DMF errors or warehouse events, you don't need to basically like enable these. So if you want only forms, exceptions, and batch, so you can choose your options and then enable, right? So it's a very simple setting. So what you need to do is you need to give the environment ID. Like if you have an SIT environment, UAT environment, and a prod environment, so and you want to use it for the prod environment, for example, or a UAT environment, so you need to give that environment ID in this particular tab, and then you can define whether this environment is for test, development, or prod. The third tab shows you here we define the integration with application insights. It's very simple. You just need to give the instrumentation key and the connection string. So in case you're wondering where exactly is this, because we have time, let me show you this setting as well. So this is the application insight, which okay. So I have a sandbox environment. It's having only one AOS and limited data inside. So it's a demo data basically, right? So you can create application insights, and once the application insight is provisioned, you can see instrumentation key over here and the string over here as well. So these two values you need to copy paste inside FNO in this particular tab. So once this is done and these settings are enabled, so like within few minutes, you will start seeing data related to all these things in application insights. So if you want to see the data from app insights, so what you need to do is, like, the simple way would be, I go to the search button over here and I see all data in last 24 hours or like last 1 hour. And you will see that there are these events which are like getting transmitted from your application to like from your FNO application to application insights, right? The dashboard looks like this, and it's very easy to install the dashboard. I can have a demo like within 5 minutes for this one as well. So what you need to do is basically you need to go to the GitHub link where the dashboard resides. So I'm going to show it to you as well. And so what you need to do is we need to go to, give me one moment. I think it was in slide number 1. So I'll go to this particular link and it will point you towards the fast track repository where, so this is the exact link, right? And then you can download this JSON file. So download from here. So once you have this JSON file downloaded on your laptop, what you need to do is, I'll just close this one and I'll show to you how to work on this. So you need to type Azure Data Explorer like this. And if you have been using Azure Data Explorer, you will see the list of dashboards which you have. In case you are logged in for the first time, so this will be blank. So what you need to do is you have to go to the dashboard area over here, and from here you need to import dashboard from file. So now I will select my downloaded file and let me rename it because I have another dashboard by the same name. So once I upload, you will start. So the dashboard is there. You first save the dashboard, and then you will see a lot of errors in the tile. So that means it is not linked to the application insights yet, right? So what you need to do is basically you need to go to edit the data source, and you need to change the cluster URI from here. So I'll show it to you as well. So all these steps are mentioned in the fast track blog as well, and it's very easy to do that. So you need to change your subscription ID, you need to change your resource group, and you have to give your application insights name. So once that is done, so these errors will go away, and your dashboard will look like this, right? So let's jump to the agent part. Oh, okay. So before going to the demo of the agent, I want to take a pause and see if there is any doubt or you want to ask something.
I don't see any questions in chat
Okay.
window, so
Okay.
maybe we can
Sure.
move forward. Yeah.
Okay. We can go ahead then. Yeah. So I'm going to go to the batch agent. So first I will explain a little bit because we have a lot of time right now, and then I'm going to show you how to install the agent also. So this agent is built on Copilot Studio. So it's not a first party agent which resides inside the application, right? Like account reconciliation, reconciliation agent or supplier agent like that, right? So it's a second party agent which resides outside of FNO. And when you use this agent, you are not getting data from FNO. I mean, it doesn't go inside your application and then it will do the analysis and show you the data. It will read the data from application insights. So it's decoupled and it is safe to be used in prod environment, because even if you install this in the prod environment, you are not actually stressing your application to get some answer. You are reading your answer from application insights. Only the difference is, if you include MCP server in this agent, then you will be logging inside your application to get the relevant answer which you are looking for. But if you're not using MCP server as a tool, then it's not needed at all, right? So uh, let me start. So by default, we are using GPT 4.1 model, but you have the freedom to change the model. I would advise, do not go for a model where you find like deep analysis, reasoning, or something, right? So I've experimented with a lot of models, foundry models as well, and I find, because the data is already there in application insights, I do not need a robust model to do some analysis and give me the answer. So ChatGPT 4.1 is okay. I can switch to ChatGPT 5 for better experience. So there are some differences in all these models, right? I can use Sonnet as well if I'm using an MCP server in this particular agent, right? So by default, it comes with 4.1. There are specific set of instructions given in the agent. If you change the instructions, make sure that you also do a thorough testing so that it is able to give you the same answer every time and it doesn't hallucinate. So this agent has been optimized in a way that it will not go anywhere else to look for the answer. And that is the reason I have a lot of topics over here, and these topics are responsible to give you the answer. So if you want to know about bad job exception, there is a topic for it. If you want to know about execution history, bad job analysis, if you want to generate a report at runtime, so that I will show to you. You want to give a date range. So sometimes what happens is we use one application insights in all the sandbox environment. So let's say I have a dev box, SIT, UAT, and prod. So before going live, I might use only one application insights in all the three environments. So if we have that scenario, then there is a topic built for that. We can chat with the agent. We can ask, uh, I want to look at the data for a different environment ID for a different date range, and then it will give you the option, which I will show to you as well. So whatever information is there on the dashboard, it will do analysis on that and it will reply in a natural language, right? So your priority distribution, your how many tasks are running on which AOS and how many tasks are running, right? So it will give you that information. Is there any throttling going on in my system? So if there was a throttling in my system, so this orange line will bump up. You will see some like spike in the orange line, and that's how you will notice that there was some throttling in the system threads. So you can see in my environment in last like one day, you can see the threads are zero. So because I have only one AOS with 8 threads, and I have a lot of bad jobs running because it's only one sandbox environment. It's not a tier, I mean, two environment like that. So you can see so if there is a dip in batch threads and you are running a heavy batch job, then what to expect? So all these things you can ask the agent, right? Okay, so let's go to the agent. So I explained about the model, the instructions. There are sample prompts behind the down below as well. You can use this prompt also. And there is a tool. So there are a lot of tools available, like the previous version of batch telemetry. We were using Run Analytics tool, which can connect to application insights and show you data. This time we haven't released the new version yet, so it's the new version hasn't been released, so we have changed the tool. The reason why we have changed the tool is because if you go to application insights and if you go to the API key over here, so this API key is will be deprecated in March 2026. So to remove the dependency of a particular tool, the tool name is Run Analytics, which uses the API key. We have changed the agent and we are using Azure Monitor tool where we do not need to use any API key. But if you have 100 users using the agent, it will not be nice also to share the app ID with every user, right? So that's a security issue as well. So that's the reason we changed the tool. So this tool is responsible to run the KQL queries behind the scene and give you the data, right? So in case you haven't heard of KQL queries, so I'll show it to you. So if you go to your dashboard and if you go to any of the tiles, you can see the queries from here. So these queries are executed against your application insights and then you will get the data, right? So architecture wise, this is how it works. So, okay, let's start with the demo. I'm going to open a new test window over here. And so the first thing, when you install an agent which has AI stuff inside it and it can apply AI at a lot of places, so you would like to know, the state of your batch framework. Because when we go live, we have like thousands of batch jobs running, and because when we go live, we actually refresh data maybe from a UAT environment or a of test environment where you had a lot of batch jobs scheduled every minute, every 5 minutes. So, so those jobs are also carried, forward in the prod environment. And if you have been using your live environment for the past 1 hour, I'm sorry, past 1 year or 6 months, then it's very hard for us to, download each and every batch job and fine tune it or change the recurrence of the batch job, right? So the most important thing is why we need to optimize the frequency and recurrence of batch job to make sure all the heavy batch jobs, they don't start at the same time, because if they're starting at the same times, uh, so it will utilize a lot of threads from your environment, from the batch AOS allocated to you, and it will also going to have some throttling in the system, and your CPU, RAM, or SQL info, those things might spike as well, right? So the first thing I want to do with this agent is basically to generate a report for me. So I'm going to just copy this prompt from here, or you can also write, please do a batch job analysis for me. So it's a demo environment. I changed the agent a lot. So in the morning, I was playing with ChatGPT 5, Sonnet. Now I've changed the model back to 4.1. So if there is some random error or something, then I'll have to fix it like straight away. So this is the most heaviest prompt which I have in this agent, and it will holistically read your historical data of your execution history. And the goal is to find out those batch jobs which are long running, which are overlapping each other, which always starts at the same time. So I want to get a report of your batch framework, right? So the agent has done the analysis. So what I will get basically is the report over email, and the report will look like this. So this is not the latest report. I'll go to the latest report. So this report is sent just now from the agent. So here you can see what it will do is basically, so it will organize the historical data into these 5 points, right? So the first point, it belongs to the frequent batch jobs. It will give you the batch job ID, multiple ones, which always starts at the same time. So you can see this batch job ID, which is a standard batch job, and this batch job has 100 tasks behind the scene, right? And just imagine any batch job having 100 tasks. If it gets stuck, and there are 5 more batch jobs which are running along with it, so those 5 batch jobs will be waiting for the resources, right? Unless this batch job is finished. So you can see it, the agent has said it's running almost every minute. Then there is another batch job which always runs approximately every minute or less. Then it will also give you more batch jobs which always start at the same time. So these are the batch jobs over here which always starts at the same time. So it will give you the batch job ID, it will give you the batch job name or description as well. Then it will also give you information on the long running batch jobs. Because I'm using a sandbox environment, everything is good. So you will see the timings in minutes or milliseconds. But those customers who are using this agent in prod, you will see 3 hours, 4 hours, or figures like that. So in the long running job section, I can see that it has pointed out that this job is taking 3 minutes, this job is taking 90 milliseconds, like that. And it will also give you any bottlenecks, any pattern which the agent will recognize. It will write it in the email as well. So if I go to the last section, which is section number 5, here you can see it has summarized the important batch jobs, and it will give you some kind of data in terms of min, max, and average time as well, and how much is the frequency. So you can take this data and you can ask your business users to say, that during a particular time, there is throttling in the system, there are no threads available, and we find that these batch jobs are running that time. So you can discuss the scheduling, and they can change the recurrence of the batch job, right? So this is an automated report generated. In case you're wondering that how did we do that, I can also show it to you. This is done by a prompt, right? So behind the scene, how it looks like how we are doing it. So I didn't have to write a single piece of code to get this information. So if I go, there is a prompt which I built uh, in Power Platform. So let me go to the right environment. Yes, I'm the right environment. Prompts. Sample prompt. So this is the prompt which I'm using to generate the report, right? Just imagine for a human to do this analysis, right? So what I would have done. So let's say I didn't have this dashboard available. I am a user. I want to do the analysis, right? So what I will do is I will go to my FNO application. I'll download all the historical data, and do that analysis on Excel. Or maybe I refresh the data of prod into a sandbox environment, and then from SQL also I can extract the execution history for past 1 month, 6 months. Then in Excel, or maybe using some tool, that I would have to analyze, okay, this batch is always starting at the same time, like that, right? But the agent does it for you under a minute, like instead of spending like 3 hours or 4 hours. And it is because of this particular prompt. In natural English, I am asking the agent, please analyze the batch execution log, and you can give the response in a structured HTML format, right? And then I have given the instruction to the agent, extract start batch job ID, start time, completion time, detect batch jobs starting at the same time, look for patterns based on the analysis. So these point 5, if you see the instructions, right? In the email also, you will find the same thing. So there is point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, point number 4, and 5. So it is because of these instructions, it has given the report in that format. You can change it based on your requirement also. Then there is an output format. So I have guided this like I've written in the prompt that I want the format in this way. Like I want this as first heading, then second heading, then some brief description with examples. So you can see the exact pattern here also. So it started with this one, key observation, then description, then with batch of IDs, right? So it is because of this prompt, it is doing that. It's using 4.1 model. I'm not using a very heavy model here because it's not a rocket science. I mean, I don't need more horsepower to generate this analysis. Even like the basic model is enough for me, right? So this prompt is doing the analysis and sending the report. Next, if you're an admin or something, you want to know how many threads are available. So let's say your user is asking you that they want to schedule a new batch job, which is doing a lot of uh, reading a lot of data, and then it is doing some heavy processing behind the scene. As an admin, or maybe that user itself can chat with the agent and find out are there enough threads available in the system or not, right? So I'm going to ask the same thing. How many threads are available in my framework? So there's a spelling mistake. I'm gonna go ahead with that. Right. So it will give you the threads information in a JSON format first. That, for example, there were 8 threads available on batch AOS1 at this time, then it will give you more information, right? And then it will summarize the data for you. Like most of the time you have 8 threads available, like on my AOS. Occasionally there were drops to 7, 6, 4, 2, and 0. So as you can witness from here also, if I go last, let's say 6 hours data, you will find that there are some dips over here, right? All these dips mean like there are 2 threads available, then there is 0 threads available, then there are 4 threads available, like that. So this graph information, if a user doesn't have access to the graph or they don't know how to read it, the agent will summarize it in English for you, like in natural language. So they don't have to look at this raw data and assume something. So agent will like summarize the data. I can create a graph at runtime also with this data, right? And this graph will look exactly like this graph. So last week there was some issue going on with the code interpreter feature inside MCS. So I'm not sure whether the graph will work or not right now. But once that issue is fixed by engineering team, so it will generate graph, but we can give it a try. If it fails, it fails. Yes, please generate a graph uh, with the above threads, with the above data. So how it is done at runtime is basically there is a code interpreter feature. You can see, so it has opened that feature. It's not defined anywhere in the agent. There is a setting which we need to enable. So it will create the Python scripts at runtime and it will create the graph. So since last week, I'm facing some issue on the graphs creation on Teams, on M365, on Copilot Studio due to a security patch. So it tends to give some issue like for the past 1 week. So you can see here, it didn't give me the chart. So I can, again, I'm going to try it one more time. Uh, and retry and take the threads information displayed in this chat. So some things you need to understand. Agent comes with memory, right? And different models have different memory. If I leave this window blank and I go away from my seat after 1 hour, if I return back to my table and I ask the same question to the agent, it will not try to remember, right? So different models have different memory. So I'm using 4.1, which doesn't retain the memory for a longer time. But if I use the Sonnet model, it can retain the memory like for a few hours also, right? Yeah. So in second retry, you can see it has generated the data. So so this now this data points is actually based on this data, right? So it has taken these raw files and generated data at runtime for you. And this setting of code interpreter is actually under, if you go to the settings of the agent, go to generative AI, and if you scroll down, you will find there is a code interpreter feature. This needs to be enabled over here. File uploads and code interpreter, right? Then it will do the analysis. It will generate the graph for you at runtime. Not only graph, it can update your dataverse records, table, everything, but you need to enable that setting. So that was two prompts that we used. Let's check some throttling. Is there any throttling in the system or not? So it will, yeah. So because I have one AOS, there is no throttling. I know that. So it's going to give you blank records. Like it has given me 0 records and it said batch jobs are not throttled during the last hour. And I'll ask the agent for any, batch job errors in the past 1 hour.
Tool.
So it found one error. So the error is with this batch job ID 6872003, which is an insights provision status. It's a standard batch job, and this is the exact message which is there in the batch job, right? So if you go to FNO, you will find this message also, and it will give you the, so there is no call stack here, yeah, but the call stack there is there in the graph in the dashboard as well. So now it will ask me, would you like to know if when there is an error, it could be a genuine error, or it could be because there is no capacity left in framework, there are no threads left. So it will ask you, like, would you like to know if framework was throttled during the batch of errors? Yes or no? I'll say yes, I would like to know. Then it will check the throttling information and give it to you. Let's say, so right now I know that there is no throttling going on, right? So hence it is unable to display CPU RAM. Let's say there was some throttling going on and you get a bunch of records in the chat. You can ask the agent that how much was the CPU, RAM, and your SQL DTU information that time, right? You can also monitor this, sorry, from this particular graph. Let's say in last 12 hours, if I go there, so it has updated the data, right? So so these are the number of tasks running on my single AOS. Then there is this orange line over here which is like flat. Sorry, so there are 0 throttling events, but if you had some event, so you will get this value to 1 2 3, like throttle task 1 2 3, and there will be a slight bump, orange bump, right? Then what you need to do is you can filter to that particular time range from here, or you can go to the throttling page and you will see, right now this information is blank for me because there is no throttling. So you will see CPU, memory, DTU information, right? You can check from the dashboard. You can also ask the agent to get you that information, right? So we have seen demo of few of the things which agent can do. Now there is one more thing here. If you want to apply some algorithms, some statistic analysis, that there is a batch job, which always takes time, and you would like to know what is the behavior of that batch job, if there are 8 threads, if there are 0 threads, if there is some throttling going on, how much time that batch job will take. There is a topic which we have which does that statistical analysis also. So I'm going to ask the agent, I need to know uh, uh, prediction for a batch job ID or timings for a batch job ID. Okay, so it will ask me, you have to give the badge job ID. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my report, which was sent to me, and I'm going to pick the one which always runs at, you know, every 1 minute. So I'm going to take this one. Yeah. And I'm going to pass this badge job ID to over here. It will ask for a start time. Okay. So today is 6th of Feb, right? I'm going to give 1st Feb 2026 to 6th Feb 2026. Because this batch job runs every minute, I'm assuming there will be 1,000+ data in application insights, maybe more than that, right? So this prompt will also take time. If you have 40,000 or 100,000 records of this execution history for this batch job ID, so it might take time. So it has done the analysis. Let's just wait for the summary, right? Okay, perfect. So you saw it took only few seconds to do the analysis, right? And you can see here, I wanted the some batch job timings range for this batch job. Now this batch job has 100 tasks behind the scene, so it has picked those tasks which takes a longer time, right? So you can see, for example, this particular task, it hasn't given me the task ID, though I can fine tune the prompt and it will start giving me the task ID also. So this task, the expected timing is always 328 milliseconds, and this is the range. So it might take between 602 seconds to 1.4 seconds, right? And so this is, I am using a 4.1 model. If I change it to 5.0, it will give me the confidence score as well. So here you can see in the analysis, it has given me some range, right? But some confidence metrics I want to have a look. So it will give me that also. So it also depends on the model you are using for the analysis, right? Before, like the above, you can see it has given the raw data to me, and based on this raw data, it has summarized it. So I know that this batch job is going to take this much time, and I can also ask the agent like further, if there are 0 threads available or if there are only 2 threads available, then how much time it will take. It will again do the analysis and give you the answer, right? I'm going to take a pause, team, because I think we have 15 minutes left, and I'll wait for anything, any doubt, question. What is Copilot Studio? What is this agent? Anything, any weird question? Like, I mean, there are no weird questions. You can ask me anything.
Hello, Prashant.
Thanks, Prashant, for sharing your knowledge.
Yes, Kamar.
Yes,
Yeah.
is there a question?
Uh, Prashant, I have a basic question. I hear while you start the session, you update that there is three flags that need to be enabled in production environment with the help of Microsoft. If we are going to set up this badge of telemetry into the production environment, can you please put the name of that three flags here? And first of all, thank you so much for this kind and information session. Uh, I have already done on a couple of environment regarding this badge of telemetry configurations, and this is very session. The new thing is that the agent that recently shown in the session and it's working. Can you please share that three flags that need to be
Sure,
enabled
Kamar.
into the environment?
Sure. So I can see that even your company is enrolled in Viva Group, and I can see that they are also using the agent, like some team
Yes.
members also, right? Because I've seen that. Let me share my screen. So I will share this slide with you where the link is mentioned here. Uh, so this is the link by any who has worked with me on the dashboard, and then we have built the agent. There is a roadmap for observability agent, which is also going to release soon for everything, right? So these are the three
చెప్పు
sites. I'm sorry, three flights which we
కాదు
need to enable.
నేనప్పా ఫోన్
Come on.
చేస్తుంది
One basic.
చెప్పు ఇప్పుడే ఇంజక్షన్ ఇచ్చి వెళ్ళావు
We can use both
ఇంజక్షన్
ChatGPT
ఇచ్చి
and
వెళ్ళావు కదా చెప్పు చెప్పు
Sorry. It wasn't clear to me.
దేనికి
I don't think somebody. Let me put
Um,
Deepak on. Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
Kumar. Sorry, you were saying, asking something. Yeah. Hmm. Hello.
Let me unmute him
Oh,
because
okay.
I muted everyone.
Okay.
Just raise your hand, guys, if you want to ask a question. I'll unmute you.
Yes, Kumar, you were asking some question, right?
Yeah, exactly. But someone is muting me. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
was
Now it's
background noise, so we had to mute the participant.
now it
But
should be
now it's
okay.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. Question is very basic. While configuring the agent, we can use both ChatGPT and the Copilot, correct?
So, yeah, good question. So, Chat GPT and you mean M365? I mean this one. So if you look at my screen, you're saying this thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yes, you can use that. You can deploy the agent on both. So let me see if I have the BAS Telemet. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in my off Microsoft one. But yes, you can use in M365 Copilot, and you can use on Teams and Copilot Studio also.
Thank you
All
so
the
much, Prashant. Thank you
and
so much.
how it will be done basically. You need to go to channels. Then you go to this
Okay.
Microsoft channel over here, Teams and M365, and you need to enable the channel. So once you enable the channel, you will see this kind of screen, right? There will be no
Okay.
icon, nothing. So you can go ahead and edit the detail, like change the icon, change the color, build using, you can rebrand the agent by your organization also, right?
Thank
You
you so much.
can give a description, share the agent with your customers. Then what you need to do is basically see agent in M365, see agent in Teams. So if I do see agent in Teams, we'll try to open my actual Teams. So I will use a web app for that. So
Sorry, Prashant, I'm not sure if it is just me, but your screen is frozen and your video is also frozen. Can anyone else confirm?
Yeah,
Are they
yeah. For me also,
experiencing the
it
same
was the
thing?
same.
Yeah.
Yes.
The same. Thank you.
is it okay? Let me share my screen. Yeah, again.
Yeah, maybe you need to reshare your screen and your audio is, sorry, your video is also frozen. Yeah.
हाँ मेरी बात थोड़ी देर पहले हुई थी किसी से तो मैंने उसका ब्रोशर और ये मांगा है ना रेट और कितना स्क्वायर फीट में कितना क्या हिस्से में मांगा है
Harachit, are you able to hear, team?
Yes, can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. So actually, yeah, there is some Teams issue. That's the reason. So I've joined through a web team. So just give me one second. Yeah, it's showing that I'm in this session. Let me rejoin in a minute, team. Yeah, J- like under a minute. Yeah,
Sure.
just give me
Sure.
few seconds. I'm gonna disconnect from here and again rejoin.
We'll just wait for a minute for him to join.
Yeah, team, I'm back. Are you able to hear, Rajit?
Yes, we can see you and
Okay.
hear you. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Sorry for that. There was some Teams issue. So let me share my screen, and I'm sorry. Where exactly was I? That time I
We
forgot.
also we also blame team like 10 times a day.
Okay, so I was share. Sorry, I was at this screen team, right, where you can open the agent in Teams and M365, right? So when I go to this option, see agent in Teams, is going to look like this. I can open the agent, and on the chat, you can see the agent on the. So when you search for apps, you will be able to see the agent. If you go to apps option, manage your apps, you should be able to see the agent here also. Yeah, and on M365, it will look like this. Yeah. So one more thing I wanted to share, if you install it in a multiple environment, right? Maybe you install the agent in UAT environment and prod environment. So basically you go ahead and rename the agent as well, because you will not come to know that this batch agent belongs to UAT or this one belongs to UAT. So once you install the agent, like import the agent and do that, you can go to overview, then you can change the agent name. Maybe you can give prod or UAT. If you're planning to use multiple agents, right, for different environments. At a time, an agent can talk only to one environment. So it can't talk to multiple environment. But to solve this issue, I have a new topic over here in the latest version. What I can do is I can ask the agent, I would like to know or like to see the data for different environment, right? So if your application in sites is receiving data from 3 environments, in that case, you need to write this prompt and different date range. Then it will ask you, okay, for which environment you want to see the data, right? So the environment is actually at the top itself, because I have only one environment, so it's just a demo. But in a genuine case, you can give the UAT SIT environment ID, and so it will show data for that environment. It will filter the data, right? So start time and end time, again, 1st Feb. This time I'm going to give a little bit longer. Let's say I give 20th Jan 2026. And then it will ask me end time. End time would be, let's say, 6th Feb 2026. Then it will ask you what information would you like to retrieve. So let's say, because I've given a very big date range, there could be a lot of errors. So let's try this out. Errors for specific. Very important thing after this one, I'm going to share. Okay, so while this is running, it shouldn't take much time. Let's wait. If it's there is a record limit in Copilot Studio. If you try to access more than 2000 records, 3000 records, the chat will become slow, and the token limit, there is a token limit. Let's say you retrieve a lot of data and that data size is more than 124K tokens, right? So it will not give you the answer, it will error out. So like here you can see on the screen, because I want to see the error information. So if I go to my dashboard and if I go to the batch errors, and if I give a filter by, let's say, last 14 days, you will see the number of records you will see over here, right? So info log, and then there are exceptions also, right? So if there are like more than thousands and thousands of records, and you ask the agent, it will time out. Time out because there is a token limit. So if that token limit is 124K, so if it is more than 124K tokens, it will not give you answer. That is the reason we have optimized the agent to give you only last 15 minutes to 1 hour data. It will not show you data more than last 15 minutes or 1 hour. Or else you will be consuming a lot of messages, a lot of licenses, basically. Sorry, are you able to hear me, guys? Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
Prashant, we can hear
exactly.
you.
Okay, I thought maybe the team again froze, right? So you can see here, I asked gave a big range, and I ask for errors. So it's gonna get a lot of data. It's gonna apply some intelligence here, and it's struggling to do that. Right? So there is a token limit which you need to take care of. I mean, we can't do anything with it. If you give it 40,000 records, it will not give you any answer. So you need to give the shortest date range. Any historical data which you would like to see, you can go to the dashboard and get from dashboard. So try to limit the data between, like maximum 6 hours or 4 hours for the agent. But in dashboard, you can give as much filter you want. You can download the data in Excel sheet also. Yeah.
So Prashant, there is question from Jagjeet. All this telemetry we are using has the cost behind it for processing. So how does the cost work on this?
So if you use application insights and you enable batch telemetry, form, exception, DMF, it will not even reach 3 GB space in your application insights. And for 3 GB, I think there is no cost as such. Even I have enabled application insights for a customer having 1,500 stores, and it had millions, like hundred thousands of data in application insights. The cost, even for a very big environment, it will not it didn't even reach like $100 or something. But for your sandbox environment, demo environment, I'm 100% sure for application insights, you will not have any cost. I mean, it will be negligible, maybe like $20, like that, or maybe even less. But yes, for Copilot Studio, there will be costing. So the report which you saw, right, which is generated and sent over email, how much is the cost? It is $0.01 for this particular report. So, and we have optimized the agent in such a sense that that is a reason I'm not using even Sonnet here. Right? I'm using a very basic model, ChatGPT 4.1, which does everything. So based on a requirement, MCP server, you can change it to Sonnet. Your message consumption will increase a little bit if you use Sonnet, but it does a wonderful analysis. So it all depends how we want to use different model. So, and if I want to look at the cost, right, I can go to activity. It's been a month I've been using this agent, right? I give demo on daily basis. And if I see 1 second, where was that setting? Evaluation. And so, and if I change it to last 30 days, right? So I have only consumed 145 Copilot edits, right? So it's like negligible. It's like under like $10 or something. So that is the only cost to anticipate. Okay, somebody asked about the free access to Copilot Studio. Good question. I'm also looking for that.
Yeah,
So
I shared a link which gives you 30 days free trial, but I'm not sure which email address is valid for that. Yeah.
No, you can give your Yahoo ID and Gmail ID. So do you have a Dynamics trial by any chance? Copilot Studio. Okay. If you have a demo tenant where there is a trial, so let me just share my screen. I'm using a trial subscription, right? It's only valid for 2 months, and it's free for me right now. So on the trial, so if you know, let me show it to you. So if I go to Office Admin Portal, it's a demo tenant, which is like valid for a month. I can extend this environment for 2 months also. For 2 months, I'll get Copilot Studio license and a lot of things I'll get here. So if I see the number of licenses which I have here is actually, I have these free licenses. But I do need to give my, credit card or debit card information. It is not charged. It is like free of cost.
Thank you for showing that, Prashant. Just one question from my side. What type of customer adoption you are witnessing? Like how many customers have adopted it? Because a lot of our customers ask for some feedback from Microsoft, the rate of adoption and what type of feedback customers are giving when they are using this agent.
So so far, actually, there are around 150 downloads. So this agent was released recently. It's a very new agent. It was released somewhere in November, and so we have so there are like 150 to 200 downloads of this agent, and where we also monitor the usage of this agent, like how many customers partners are using it. I think for partners it's very beneficial, because most of the time what we do is, like, when we are done with the implementation, if there is a support hypercare, we get involved and solve it. But usually I've seen the trend for the past 20 years working with partner ecosystem, then Microsoft. We don't care about the slowness of the system, or if it's there, we try to reactively solve it, not proactively, right? So what you can do as a partner basically is you can install this agent for your client, because once the LCS is stopped, you have no the you don't have any option to look for any data, right, in terms of all these batch telemetry. So it has to be done the way I've shown you, from dashboard and from the monitoring feature. So you can install this agent for your clients, and agent is free. They just need to download the agent from GitHub. They can import the solution in Power Platform. It takes less than 15 minutes to install the agent. And you can, there is a form link which I attached on the chat while joining, and there is a Viva group also. In the Viva group, I have explained step by step. I've given a lot of videos over here, then that how you can, install the agent, what are the prerequisites, what are the demos, like you can integrate this with MCP server. You will start seeing the data. So all these videos, they already exist, right? So join this Viva group. There is a form link which I shared, and then you can, you will see the latest activity as well. So Rajit, one more thing. It also depends how well educated, our customers are when it comes to monitoring. If they are not educated enough about application insights, because for them, they just care about the FNO application. So what's happening behind the scene is something the IT admin or the partners or the SI integrator, uh, they do the analysis of the data, right? So if they are very keen on using application insights for observability, then the adoption of the agent will be very simple. For those customers and partners who don't know application insights monitoring, they haven't used it, there we see less adoption. So it's more about observability for a heavy customer, or a lightweight customer. I mean, those customers having big prod data, having 26 batch AOS, heavy volume, as compared to a small customer having only 2 batch AOS. Yeah.
Thank you, Prashant. Anyone else, any other question? Jagjit asked for the link. I have shared it in the chat window. But if there are any more questions, feel free to either drop it in the chat window. We can take them to Prashant, or join the batch telemetry group on Viva, and you can ask the questions there. We are just on time. So thanks everyone for joining. Thank you, Prashant, for giving us this session and sharing your knowledge with us. It really helps us to, align our thought process the way Microsoft is using all the new AI and Copilot frameworks.
Thank you, Rajit.
Also,
thank you for this session, Rajit. Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, it was my pleasure to share the knowledge on batch telemetry. And if you want to have a second session or any Copilot Studio Agent session, let us know. Let Rachit know, and maybe we can organize, bring in some more expert for MCP or any other thing which you feel like. From retail scenarios, how will this agent work with that? A lot of things we can try and do. Yeah. It was great pleasure to conduct this session, team. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, everyone. See you. Keep following us on LinkedIn, and we'll announce the next session there soon. Have a good day. Bye.